Sorry about that, everyone. We are back here on the Nexus Gaming Series. Little bit of a mistake in the draft. Had to Alt F4 to reset it, but we are back. Looking forward to this match between Pathetic Wretches and Clouded Minds. As I was getting into, right now, Clouded Minds sitting at 9th, so just outside of playoff qualification in Division C West. There are a lot of good teams ahead of them, so it's going to be difficult for them to move up unless they can lock down these wins here against some of the lower teams in the division. Pathetic Wretches find themselves at 10th, have not won a set yet, have 2 draws to their name and 4 losses. Clouded Minds sitting at 1 win, 2 draws, and 3 losses. So Clouded Minds at 5 points, Pathetic Wretches at 2. A little bit of a gap between 9th and 10th, but Pathetic Wretches could close that gap with a win. Clouded Minds, though, really wanting this win to keep themselves comfortably in the playoffs. Starting here on Infernal Shrines, going to move the Braxis holdout for map 2. This was Pathetic Wretches map pick. Clouded Minds banning out the Phoenix, not wanting to deal with that. It's going to be the ban out of Pathetic Wretches. I have not casted Pathetic Wretches. I have casted Clouded Minds this season. I should note both teams have kind of struggled in the last 2 weeks. Clouded Minds 1 and 3 on maps over the last 2 weeks, I'm sorry. They 0 wins, 1 draw, 3 losses. Now they've been going against good competition in that, but still wanting to improve their standing. So they definitely need this win, I think, for them to make playoffs. If they don't win here, and by that win I mean a domination victory, it's really going to limit their chance. Going to be in a Nubarak ban. I assume this is a targeted ban. Sonya going to be insta-locked here. Which, why not? The one tank that seems to disrupt her, who's popular in the meta, has just been taken out. But let's see. Dipping a bit into the shot clock here. Thinking carefully about what they want this next pick to be. Looking like it could be, I'd say Diablo and Stukov would be exceptional, or Diablo Malfurion. Again, just with where the meta's at, I would say some combination of that and Hanzo, especially because Phoenix is banned. Give me Malfurion Diablo, though. On the other hand, I would turn around. I'd look at something like that Hanzo. And I would grab Stukov here. I don't think you need to grab your tank in the basis that this is not Garrosh's best map. If this were a good map for Garrosh, you'd lock him now. If you could play him. But it's not. And so I think you have to get your support right now, just because of how top-heavy the support meta is. And I think it has to be Stukov. And then I think you can grab something like Hanzo, who post-16 is just going to annihilate the Shrines. Does okay on the wave clear before that, or on the Shrine clear before it. You could also look at something like a Junkrat. It's a decent way to disengage Diablo with the Concussion Mine, but I personally want to see that Hanzo. Getting the Stukov, gonna grab a Gul'dan. Now, Gul'dan is actually an interesting pick here. In my experience, and maybe this isn't shared, but Gul'dan's actually a pretty good counter to Malfurion, and the reason for that is Gul'dan actually outranges Malfurion's Moonfire with his Q. So, makes it difficult for him to step up. Gul'dan, also good on the Shrine clear, so if you have Sonya Gul'dan, you have more than enough Shrine clear. You really want to lock it down, you could ban out Kerrigan, but I I haven't seen a ton of Kerrigan. I don't really expect to see it here. Second ban coming out. Could ban a tank. Could ban out the ETC or Joanna. They're going to ban out Garrosh. Now, the reason I didn't say ban out Garrosh is on this map with all the Shrine minions, it can be very difficult for Garrosh to get the separation. And you have to get a lot of picks in the lane. And why I'm not huge on that Garrosh ban is because Gul'dan is very, very much a sustained damage dealer, not a burster at all. So Garrosh doesn't pair exceedingly well, but Joanna does. And the reason is that Joanna gets everyone stacked up, especially if you go into that Q build, if there's a lot of melee, you can get a lot of value. Hanzo going to be banned out. Now, Maiev was up, and Maiev is actually very strong on this map. And strong with Diablo Malfurion. So with that Hanzo ban, you're trying to get control over the ranged play, but there's still two good ranged assassins up in the form of Junkrat and Greymane, and there's also Maiev up, who can be pretty strong into the Stukov, as a way to separate out one person and force Stukov to blow trade early in a fight. I would really like to see Maiev here. Maybe something like Maiev Junkrat, or if they really want it, Maiev Blaze. If they have the Maiev, this is definitely the time to pick it out. But then I'd maybe not Junkrat because of the Diablo, maybe a Greymane. Jaina Blaze. Oh no, that one works. It still technically opens up the possibility of Maiev. On the other side, though, you're going to have to get a tank. And if you really want to get onto that backline or balance out your damage, you could go Greymane. I don't really like Junkrat right now. I guess you could see Kerrigan come out here on the side of Pathetic Wretches. I don't think I could see a Kerrigan on the side of Clouded Minds because their comp is already just so sustained focused. I'd like to see something like Junkrat Joanna here. Just all in on the poke style of play. Junkrat? ETC. Okay. It works. I probably would have preferred the Joanna, but ETC is always a great pick. He does a lot of the same roles. Face Melt makes it very hard to get past. Kerrigan's up. What's up? There's Kerrigan that's up. There's Maiev that's up. Greymane is up. I don't love it here. But I can like it. I worry about Block Party from ETC kind of shutting it down. Could be a Malthael. There is Double Warrior, but would have trouble again with Junkrat, with Horrify getting value. In the post 10 team fights. But it's probably one of those three. Maiev, Malthael, or Greymane. Or Kerrigan, so one of those four. Genji. I don't love it. I don't love it. I guess maybe with all the sustained damage from Gul'dan and Stukov, you could get a lot of value off Protect. But I just think the other picks I mentioned just bring so much more into kill pressure. Because the problem is now you don't really have a sustained damage dealer. So you have Jaina Genji. And there's nobody to get someone low for Jaina to finish. So Jaina's trying to get people low for Genji to finish into a Stukov comp. I mean, you have to blow someone up. You 100% have to. So whoever Diablo gets on, that person needs to die. So Pathetic Wretches is going to absolutely have to kill one person first, and then try to push the fight off that. Meanwhile, Clouded Minds, they want to sit back. They want to let Sonya and Gul'dan control the objective while Junkrat pokes, ETC keeps everyone safe, and Stukov just keeps everyone topped off. We'll see where it goes. Here we go into game number 1. Gonna be Roth playing Genji, J Ohio gonna be on Blaze, Slinto's gonna be on Jaina, Percival going to be on Diablo, and Captain Snail gonna be on Malfurion. And over here on the right, gonna be Weenus on Gul'dan, Tigerfish on the Sonya, the Great Hari gonna be on Stukov, Swing gonna be on Junkrat, and Star Knight gonna be on ETC. We'll turn our attention to the shrines that are most infernal.
2, 1. Let the battle begin.
Okay, well, we're just not gonna deal with that, and we're gonna block him next game, so that way I don't have to deal with this. Please be polite to your caster, and don't just post things that they know, that you know they don't want on stream. Thank you. To this end, we are going to see the wave cleared up pretty quick. Blaze and Genji already in the side lanes. Gul'dan being very careful on this rotation. Needs to be. We are seeing the E build out of Gul'dan, which I'm just really surprised by. And I know I've always been kind of a Q build, like, aficionado. Well, I say that, but then I was saying it was going to be hard to hit Genji with E build. But there we just saw that. So anyway, both teams rotating. Standard builds for the most part. Surprised? I was going to say surprised at the block party, but never mind. They went to Genji, so of course it's not block party. Genji going to come up and try to force Tigerfish back. Tigerfish, though, winning this lane pretty hard into J Ohio at the moment. Rotation's going very well. Gul'dan up to 5 stacks. No, and I've seen a Gul'dan on this map go E-build and not finish it. And it really cripples your team when that happens. So it's going to have to finish. Excuse me. Pardon me, everyone. But Siege Camp picked up here already for the side of Clouded Minds on the right. Rotation coming back down. Gonna force a clear. Genji doing a good job soaking the side lane. ETC gonna look for the power slide, not find it. Sony still doing well up in the top. Vigorous re-uptake the pick out of Stukov. I mean, with the way they're rotating, if this can be played right, Great Hari just needs to basically force stack it. So, like, right now you should be spreading a Q out and blowing trait. And there it is, 4 stacks, okay. But gonna force a clear of the Siege Giants here on bottom. Great Hari needs to be careful. Gonna be fine. Swing gonna back up, but Siege Camp baiting picked up here by Pathetic Wretches. Bruiser Camp picked up here on the side of Clouded Minds. Bruiser Camp not gonna get as much value because of the top shrine, which is the Mortar Punisher. That's the first one we're gonna get. Junkrat's still in the bottom lane, getting the last bit of soak. Gonna force Genji to have to soak down here, which is good because it gives them a chance to potentially engage. Genji's actually staying down here. I really want to see Swing rotate up to this fight, unless they're committing to giving up the early fight. But if you're going vigorous reuptake, you really want to build those stacks with that, as well as with Gul'dan, you want to build those poison stacks. You need to be able to fight to do that, and if they can't even step up into this fight, it's going to be difficult. There's a few stacks. That was actually 4 stacks, so pretty good. But Pretty standard builds on the left side. Couple of less common talent choices on the right. Vigorous reuptake, mainly. Going with the E build. We're gonna see, there's a stun onto Great Hari. He's gonna start backing up. He does already have 10 of those Vigorous reuptake stacks. But yeah, Clouded Mind's just not even contesting this. Gonna try to push him bot and at least get some kind of tower pressure. They do have level 7s now. Backing up for the defense. Stukov going with It Hungers rather than the added range. This is just such a weird talent. I gotta be honest, I find that challenge strange. Great Hari stepping up way too far, baiting in the Genji attack, but now the Punisher could jump onto Great Hari. It could go very bad. There's some good stacks. Jumps on the Venus. Great Hari managing to back up. I mean, getting the reduced cooldown, I guess the goal is to prevent Jaina or to potentially get some kind of lockdown on Genji. So getting those stats, Great Hari is playing this talent right. I don't like Vigorous reuptake though, on the basis that it makes Stukov's mana relevant. And Stukov, you kind of just want to look for your opportunities and blow your cooldowns to get a hit kill. And if it doesn't work, that's fine. You get your mana back up. Going this build, first not having the added range makes him very risky. It's going to be hard for him to soak. And getting this reduced cooldown on E, I don't know how much value it's going to be able to pay off. I don't think I've ever seen that talent where I've gotten a ton of value off it. It's a weird build. But at least Gul'dan took Bound by Shadow with E build. Thank God. Every time a Gul'dan takes the Corruption Slows at 7 while going E build, Jesus Christ. Which is weird, because he doesn't even exist, and he still cries. Stukov getting the slow out. No chance of a re-engage. Venus rotating up now. Blaze solo soaking bot, Sonya solo soaking top, trying to save. Here comes a rotation, though, onto Tigerfish, and he's going to get stunned there. Gotta be smart about when you're rotating away from a Diablo. Got stunned against the tower there. Maybe could have survived if the stun didn't come in. Had to rotate there eventually, but maybe could have rotated a bit wider or tried to bait out with a juke. Pathetic Wretches. Getting a big pick. Stukov now forced the soak. Level 10s though. Flailing Swipe, Riptire, Wrath, Horrify. ETC still holding. Possibly waiting to see what talents come out on the other side. Kha'Zar camp in bottom, starting to chunk. Gonna force a rotation here. Gul'dan gonna start clearing that up. The stack's getting pretty close to done. Prog Rock, only one more globe away. Corruption already halfway done, which is good. Vigorous reuptake, not yet. Well, okay, now halfway done. Try to get the stun onto Venus, didn't land. Good Corruption stacks on the backside. Swing running away now. Manages to get away. Good engage, though. Positive trades with Sonya away. Bruiser camp, though, is in the top lane. Sonya trying to walk it up, but here comes the rotation up towards the top. Tigerfish backing up. Got the call that time. Good disengage. Yeah, Vigorous targeted Excision Arduous Bow. I have seen that. I still don't really like it. Again, on the basis that, especially if you don't go Fetid Touch, like the mana cost of that build is just exceptionally high. But I can at least get it, especially into Diablo and Blaze. You can usually land target Excision reliably. I don't really like that 7 talent. We'll see how it works. Here comes the engage. Percival dove in a bit deep. Great Hari not wanting to body block Diablo, backing up, but Star Knight is behind Sonya at this point. Power Slide comes in. There's the Horrify. APOC, Great Hari, though, just getting focused by Genji. Mosh comes out, but Genji just 1v1 Stukov, more or less for free. Riptire going to come in, but who's it going to kill? There's no real kill pressure here. Captain Snail, now Venus on the wrong side, going to go down. That was just a really disorganized fight for Clouded Minds. Not good positioning approaching that fight, and just really bad execution, I think, on the fight. There was a mosh where your damage really couldn't follow up. While your healer was dying, didn't work out. Good fight, though, for Pathetic Wretches. Played that well. Genji did get value onto the Stukov. There was no real peel. Sonya's working a siege camp, and it's visible on the map now, but there it is. It is taken up. Bait behind the wall. Damage coming into it. Gul'dan poking out. Johio diving in. Ooh, good stun. Good 3-man. Genji diving in, backing up. Full poke damage, making sure they get the fort. This Arcane Punisher definitely going to force Clouded Minds back a bit. They are taking a lot of damage up on this top fort as well. You need to be cognizant of it. So far, no one even rotating up for Clouded Minds yet. Sonya going to get dismounted by the Arcane Punisher, but Percival already on here, clearing up the minions, trying to make room for the archers to get this finish. Sonya, though, does get up here. Fort down pretty low. Level 13s. Ooh, Sonya getting stunned out. Genji is here. There's the Swift Strike. Backs up. Roth got focused. Bottom siege getting picked up. So they're trading a siege camp on bottom for a fort top. But can they actually get the fort bottom? That's the question. Khazra stepping up. Here comes a rotation, though. Could get caught up position with a big stun. Junkrat Tire actually flipping Blaze out of his charge. Great Hari once again kind of getting left behind. There's the Ring of Frost into the Blizzard. Mosh does nothing. Once again, no real damage to follow up there. Junkrat had already gotten out. But that's part of the thing. With Stukov, you have to not overextend because you will get him picked off if you just leave. You know, here on the other side, you have mobility. You have Power Slide. You have the Riptire, except for Gul'dan and Stukov. Now, Gul'dan does at least have Horrify. Stukov wasn't able to get the Flailing Swipe off there. Caught in by the ring. Fort's still standing, technically. Fort did go down bottom. But I'm pretty worried about Clouded Mind's ability to fight at this point, because there is a disorganization there. Johio does not get dismounted by the grenades. Going lingering spines. There's the stun. Or slow, I should say, on the Percival. Root gonna peel him out. Junkrat Tire actually helps Diablo get out. There's the 4v4. ETC gonna go in for the Power Slide. Doesn't have the Mosh this time. Blew it trying to save Stukov last time, but they do manage to get Diablo, and that was with Souls. Big Root coming in, though. Great Hari once again being a bit left behind. Turns around to attack, now getting dove on. Protected. Power Slide coming in onto Roth. Now Roth actually goes down. Thought he could get the finish and pop out, but now Johio also in a bit of trouble. So kind of just, you know, good pick off there onto Diablo, and then Genji maybe being a bit too optimistic there. This is going to allow a good lead now with Genji's death and with Diablo resetting his souls. This does allow for Clouded Minds to get some advantage here. And keep in mind, they've already killed the fort. So this will go onto the bottom keep wall if they get it, which they should. Genji still pretty far back. Siege Camp gonna get picked up here. Diablo flipped away onto Gul'dan. There's the damage. Big Power Slide. Hits 3 in the silence. APOC, though, going to interrupt that. Ooh, Slintos extremely low. Riptire does manage to find Diablo, however. Without those souls, it's enough to kill him. Diablo did go into Soul Shield, so really needs the souls to be valuable. But Sonya's going to have to rotate up to clear this top camp. This will push in and get pretty decent trade value. He's going top. Sonya's backing, so Sonya will take care of it. This is going to be keep wall focus. Genji's in the middle right now, clearing, so this is a 4v3 until Diablo's up. We'll let them move onto the wall, stun there, onto Blaze, then getting more poison damage out. Well, Dan has finished his quest now, so now with level 16 and Ruinous Affliction, could get a ton of value if you time it with the ETC Power Slide. Stukov going with the Super Strain, great choice into this Diablo Blaze combo. And this is going to be the keep going down. Punisher's going to get burnt, but this will be keep. Genji is here, though, so perhaps overstaying their welcome a bit instead of trusting the minions. Power Slide onto Diablo. Diablo's actually going to get picked off there. Well, Dan getting the finish, so I believe the third death on Diablo, and he only has 5 souls at the moment. I believe that's 3 deaths counting his soul's death, and I think he's only collected 5 souls in that time. So just, it's kind of snowballing the problem here. Level 16's finally picked up. But Diablo not able to build those 13 stacks, and not able to get souls to stay alive. This is going to allow Clouded Minds to push in and just take Fort for free. And now they're going to move in, steal Siege Giants as well. So far, Clouded Minds playing pretty well here after kind of a rough start early in the game. Sorry, just turning down the game volume because it's being a little bit louder than me at the moment. Here we go. Bottom does have already 2 Katas and a Siege Camp stacked up. Gonna have to be cleared up. Bruiser Camp gonna be taken here. What's the timer on this Bruiser? About a minute, so they can't really invade Siege Camps. Though they can rotate into their Siege after that and try to push up mid. Draw the attention top. Next Shrine is gonna be mid, so I'd actually like to see them get their Siege and try to push up with it before it starts. That or just keep racing to soak 20, which they could actually do by taking front wall here. And actually, I think that is... I retract my earlier statement. I think that's the better call. ETC now stepping up, as is Stukov. Stukov, a root combo. Here comes Genji, looking for the flank. Stun there on the Tigerfish. Tigerfish trying to spin the win. Does manage to do it. Ring of Frost actually does manage to barely collect Gul'dan, and the APOC gets a lot of value. Big Horrify, though, and Malfurion, oh my goodness, just gets absolutely deleted off the Horrify. Riptire trying to look for Genji. Doesn't quite center it. Genji does survive. Fort taken down, and now level 20, just a short level away. Going to be able to evade Bruisers here with no healers. So Clouded Minds, getting on the gas now. That's a big spike, you know, for Gul'dan at level 16 in terms of damage. It really chunks it out, and right now Malfurion having a hard time keeping up with it. Let's go look at the numbers. Junkrat really dishing out the damage well. Gul'dan also keeping up. Not as much damage on the other side. Genji being the top damage dealer. Instead of Jaina at the moment. Jaina does get stronger as the game goes on. Now with the Numbing Blast. Those roots could enable Genji to get some good finishes. We'll have to see. Blaze coming in, stun onto ETC. Siege Camp was picked up there. Good disengage. There's a stun on the Star Knight. Star Knight now power sliding away. Good power slide. Good poison damage there. Stun onto Sonya. Diablo has those stuns nearly stacked. Ooh, good Ancient Spear, Tigerfish. Finishing off Blaze there. Jaina actually hurting Tigerfish, and Percival may have actually saved Tigerfish there by pushing him out. Ooh, good Horrify onto Genji. That's going to secure another kill. Clouded Minds get themselves a triple, baby. 2 Katas on core. 3 Katas on core. 4 Katas about to be on core. Only Malfurion clearing this. Here comes Jaina. Yeah, it's going to get cleared up in time. I like this call, pushing up mid with the Khazra while Sonya finishes the point. Getting the wall down. That way, once this fight happens, the Punisher is there to fight with them. This is a very good call here by Clouded Minds. And they're going to get to keep, too, before the fight's even here. So now it's just a matter of Can they follow up on this Mortar Punisher? Mortar Punisher doesn't do the most PvE damage. This is the wrong call. You have a Punisher, you push with it. This is absolutely the wrong call.
Blue team's core is under attack.
But at the same time, a little bit of an awkward call here by Percival trying to defend against the team fight. Now there's the Mosh onto Blaze. Diablo went down once again. Twilight Dream onto ETC. Couldn't secure the kill. Great Hari could actually go down here. Great Hari very, very low. Here comes a big heal. Junkrat Tire. Trying to look for Genji. It's getting focused by Tower. Does manage to find Genji. Horrify there onto Blaze. Trying to get once again onto Swing. Does find the kill. Johio does go down the process. But meanwhile, I mean, Core going to go down to the Punisher and the Katas. But, that was still, I'm just going to say it, that was the wrong call by Clouded Minds. You just go Core and follow up on the Punisher, try to get the kill and end the game. I don't know why they went top. If Pathetic Wretches just didn't try to hard defend, tried to burn down the Punisher to where the Core could finish it and then engage, could have worked out. Split decision making there. But anyway, we're going to get set up for game number 2. We'll be right back. Stay tuned here on the Nexus Gaming Series. Welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. DB Smiley here once again. Pathetic Wretches started well, but kind of just fell apart. Clouded Minds managing to find a few kills and just kind of snowball the game off it. Clouded Minds getting pretty much everything they wanted in terms of pickoffs late. And, you know, scaling of their comp, I think, had a lot to do with that. They managed to get a pick on Diablo with 100 souls, and then they just kept killing him. He was never able to really get stacked up. Kind of just awkward fight choices there by Pathetic Wretches. Kind of some weird engages. And overall, Clouded Minds taking game number 1. Sonya going to get banned out here. Targeting the solo lane here on Brax's Holdout. This map is very much kind of its own meta, similar to Battlefield of Eternity. What will Clouded Minds ban out here? Anything in particular worry them? Stukov is just insanely high priority on this map. One good spread is vital just because it makes him completely manaless, more or less, in terms of his healing. Especially in the mid to late game. He never has a mana issue again. What's it gonna be? It's gonna be Rag. Rag gonna get banned here. Rag serves a unique role on this map. It's just how much he shuts down the, how much he shuts down the Zerg wave. So, he can be difficult to play against. If you want to play for the objective, then you tend to ban out Rag. That could be the case. You could see something like Muradin Genji then come out from Clouded Minds, just to be able to play for the objective well. Phoenix is up, gonna get grabbed first. What's the turnaround pick? Stukov is available. I think he's a must pick. Gul'dan can be powerful on this map for his wave clear. We did see, of course, that get played by Clouded Minds in the last game. So, would make sense. But let's see. 2 picks to come. Again, I'd like the Stukov Gul'dan. There it is. Where I figured it was going. Pretty safe picks. But here on the other side now, you can grab the Garrosh. Garrosh, strong on this map early game at getting picks. And this is a very early game map. You grab the Garrosh because the length of the lane between the fort walls is pretty short. You get a lot of value with it. And then something to follow up with it. Or possibly look at getting Blaze in the solo lane. Just because he would be probably what's strong left over. I'd like to see a tank, either Diablo or Garrosh. Personally, I'd like Garrosh. You can also grab Malfurion if you're worried about not getting a good sustained support for the map. Though I think you can actually settle for a Morales in this situation. Not a lot of dive. You have to worry about the AoE damage out of Gul'dan. Garrosh plays. This meta's getting too predictable, I think, if I'm this good at predicting what people are gonna draft. Please. Been this meta for like 3 weeks. It's way too long. Fix it. What do you ban out now? What concerns you? I'd ban out Malfurion. Ban out Malfurion, and the simple reason for that is then you win the sustain game hard. You can, like, Morales has a lot of problems with the Gul'dan, to where while she's effectively manaless, it's just very hard because of the AoE damage of Gul'dan to actually trade out well. To trade up in damage relative to Stukov. Malfurion can do okay, although he does struggle with the Gul'dan, but still can step up with the Garrosh. I like that. Malfurion ban. On the other side, though, you can deny Diablo, or if you're worried about it, remember Garrosh gets a little bit countered by ETC. ETC okay on the map, a lot of choke points to be able to get big power slides off. Good chance for face melt separation. Or you could deny a solo lane you're worried about. Maybe you're worried about that Malthael. If Malthael's banned, would force them towards something like a Leoric. Leoric could also be banned, but I doubt it. Wouldn't... Excuse me. Sorry, I don't know why I'm sneezing tonight like that. But, could be a Malthael. I don't think Leoric's a good ban here. Malthael's a just a bit harder counter into the Garrosh. Could ban out Diablos, targeting the tank. But that does enable Clouded Minds to move on to the ETC, which they showed last game anyway. It's not too different than what they would want. Actually, the only thing different here is we know we're not going to see a Sonya, but we are going to very probably see ETC here. And then I wouldn't hate a Junkrat again. Make it hard for Garrosh to approach. Get good range damage, get good wave clear. Junkrat can also rotate well, using the mind to launch himself over walls. I would like that pick a lot. ETC Junkrat right now would, I think, be pretty strong. That or Joanna Junkrat, but I think ETC... His ability to face melt people off the point is very important for point control. ETC Malthael. Okay, getting the Malthael now, not wanting the chance to lose it. But now on the other side, you could actually go into Junkrat on the bottom. Morales would now be a bit risky because of the Malthael. What AoE heals are up? Rhaegar's up, but not great on the map. Man, there are not a lot of AoE heals in the game right now. Deckard Cain's not allowed. I would say Deckard Cain could be strong, but he's not. He's banned at the moment. Man, they've really kind of, like, with the support meta being where it's at, like Ariel, but I really don't like Ariel here. Very hard to step up into the Gul'dan with an Ariel. Doable. Kharazim AoE heal, that could work. Transcendence Kharazim. ETC, if you gonna be Lucio. Why did I forget Lucio existed when I was talking about AoE healing? I knew I was forgetting something obvious, and it was Lucio. Okay. Lucio Garrosh is a good combo. Getting the Hanzo as well, so a ton of AoE damage, but it's all auto attack damage. And in this situation, if they have Cassia in their pool, Cassia would be a strong pick. Can dive the Lucio if he gets stunned out by ETC and nuke hard. You have the Ball Lightning if they try to group up in the bunker area. I mean, it's 2 auto attack damages, so blinds are valuable. Anything with physical armor can be valuable. ETC should go block party here. I guess when we want to go weird, Maiev is up. If you want to try to separate out Garrosh and silence and blow him up, Maiev is an option. Junkrat's available. Chromie. It's actually pretty good. Take advantage of the fact that Lucio doesn't have a cleanse. You can get the rewind. Power slide off the rewind, so Chromie guarantees lands the shots. It is double ability damage. But Gul'dan is actually pretty consistent damage, whereas Chromie's burst. So it's not too untraditional. I mean, it's weird, but it's not untraditional. In the sense of, like, traditional damage, what you try to do is you try to have... Wow, that camera's tilted. You try to have sustained damage and burst damage. Now, the problem with having both things be ability damage, though, is that a good sound barrier that nukes the cooldown of Corruption and of Dragon's Breath means you're not getting a lot of damage out at a critical time in the fight. We'll have to see where it goes. Interesting draft. Both teams getting a little weird with it in terms of, like, kind of focusing kind of their eggs into one basket. I think Temporal Loop is definitely going to be a pick out of Chromie. We're going to have Captain Snail on Lucio. Going to have Johio on Blaze. Going to have Percival on Garrosh. Roth going to be playing Hanzo, and Slintos going to be on the Phoenix up in the top lane. It's going to be Tigerfish on Malthael. We're going to have Great Hurry on Stukov again. Weenus on Gul'dan again. Swing going to be on the Chromie. And Star Knight going to be on ETC. Now, ETC could very easily get blown up here. That's another problem. Because Malthael's kind of a weaker frontline hero, I mean, he should trade decently into Blaze. It's a skill matchup. But ETC is really going to have to be careful here. Take a look at talents. Is it E-build again? It is. In this case, it makes sense. The E-build makes a lot of sense from the perspective of it's going to be very hard to hit anyone except for Garrosh in the spot lane. That said, I will always be a proponent of Q-build. I think it's just exceptionally good. It would definitely get a lot more value post-16 off Mosh, I would think. Not to say, I mean, Corruption gets good value, but just the chunk damage is insane. Now both teams stepping up. ETC has not actually gotten a Prog Rock stack yet, which is, on this map, kind of troubling. And actually, Clouded Minds having to play way back. Just the threat of this poke, you know, yeah, like, you're getting a ton of poison damage on Phoenix, and he just walks away and get his shield back. I mean, it's second wind with Muradin, just on a ranged assassin. Malthael, though, gonna get the top point, and they're gonna need Tigerfish to do pretty well here. Right now, Lucio doing a little bit better at actually handling this poke than the Stukov, which is surprising, and I think it's just the damage is more consistent to land. You're relying on skill shots on the side of Clouded Minds. You don't really have any way to just get free damage. ETC needs to be careful of the throw. Gul'dan stepping up, getting some poison damage out, but once again, like, Slinto's like, yeah, but I have shields. And then I like what Slinto's doing, just every time the shields fall off, just back up, let him get back up. Don't try to force something in there. There's a big power slide. Star Knight is dead. You cannot power slide in at that low health. Oh, Slintos with the jukes. You cannot power slide in at that low of health. Slintos with a good dodge of the Fell Flame there. I don't know if he knew it was coming, but that was such a good juke. Try to go for the kill, but Garrosh is just too hard to kill. Plays, meanwhile, getting the top points. That's going to be channel progress. Going to get stopped for the time being. Garrosh, though, flipping over Great Hari. He is in a world of trouble. Going to be okay. ETC coming down. They do manage to get bot point because Hanzo's up in the top, pushing in against Tigerfish. They're going to try to abuse this top lane a little bit for the meanwhile. Not getting channel progress, but now Hanzo rotating down Phoenix on the point. Nobody here on the side of Clouded Minds to actually interrupt the channel. Big power slide, trying to focus. Now there's the silence, and Phoenix, no shields that time. That was a deletion. Couldn't teleport away. Good silence there by Great Hari. And that's the first kill for Clouded Minds. Malthael, meanwhile, trying to win the 1v1 here against Johio. Here comes Roth, though. No channel progress yet for Clouded Mines. 50% already in Ultralisk. Guaranteed for the side of Pathetic Wretches. And Malthael dies in the top lane. That is absolutely devastating here. Hanzo getting the kill, as that's going to force someone to rotate up, or they're going to lose a ton of soak. And it looks like they're just going to lose a ton of soak. Oh dear. Not a map you want to lose minion soak on. Garrosh with the big stun, Corruption doing an absolute ton of damage. There's the face melt, unstoppable. Percival gonna drop the poison damage. ETC, or sorry, Lucio with the heal there. ETC now stepping up, taking a lot of damage from Roth. Roth could jump over the wall, does do so. Malthael going in for round 2, but here comes Roth again, and Tigerfish gonna be in a lot of trouble once again, having to back off. Nobody has rotated up on the side of Clouded Mines. We've seen Hanzo be much more willing to rotate, and it's part of why there's this 50% advantage here for now on the side of Pathetic Wretches. Flip on the ETC, no real kill pressure. He's stepping up, getting some chunk. Good poison stacks. 26 stacks already for Gul'dan. So that's paying off well. Now, tapping off against some minions here. Ooh, but Hanzo takes out ETC mid-power slide. Still getting stunned in the process. Malthael manages to cap top to delay pressure, but I guess that's an issue, is, you know, ETC, he's gone prog rock and hasn't gotten any sex. I think Block Party was 100% the way to go here. Into the Hanzo, it is just, it's too valuable. And Hanzo with this redemption build is just starting to chunk. Peak in progress now, gonna hit 100%, no questions asked. This is gonna put a lot of pressure here on the bot lane. Now you do have Gul'dan for the wave clear. ETZ went Echo Pedal, which will help as well. Silence coming out from Stukov, although he's stepping up to do it. With that range, not really the right call. I still think one good spread is absolutely the right call here, especially when you're going against heavy poke sustain damage like this. First of all, stepping up, good Corruption there, good Fel Flames. Weenus, excuse me. Coming up there. Slintos having to move out of the silence. Silence has been there for Great Hurry. Stun on the ETC. But Roth has just been sitting there chunking this whole time. Now ETC getting separated out. This could bode pretty bad for Star Knight, and he does go down. Great Hurry now having to back up as well. But that is Pathetic Wretches off to a good start. Now, they were off to a good start last game, and then things kind of fell apart for them. This is an earlier game map. Weenus, if he gets finished, trying to trade out with Slintos now, actually survives. And it's Hanzo, in fact, going to go down there. Wow. Good save there by Great Hurry. I guess another reason I really don't like Target Excision, like Infernal Shrines tends to be a reasonably late game map. I mean, you can end if you win a Punisher and you have 16s and your enemy team doesn't, but usually you'll see one team get 20. And so it's a longer game. A lot of team fighting. Target Excision is guaranteed. It's a map where you 4-1 a lot, which is good, but it's a very early game map. And the problem with questing talents that people just seem to not realize when they pick them is that it makes you weaker in the early game. It really does. And now you're seeing this where you don't have that long-term sustain in these fights. You don't have the reduced cooldown. I mean, this is a situation where even instead of Vigorous Reuptake, I would have rather have seen the physical armor on your healing pustule in order to save ETC from this Hanzo damage. But we do have Temporal Loop, so this is going to enable pickoffs. But all the camps on the map being taken here by Pathetic Wretches as they look to snowball this map now. Pushing in top with the boss. This ford's already going to go down, so it's going to push straight on to keep. And level 10s are here. It is Salvo, it is Bunker, it is Warlord's Challenge, it is Sound Barrier, and it is Dragon's Arrow. They're going to need to get that Temporal Loop kill, but it's going to be really hard into this boss. Sidewall's out. There's a flip on the Malthael. He's done. Or is he? Nope, he manages to get out. Okay. Good. Power slide face melt. Now, members of Pathetic Wretches having to back up. Going to be able to move in towards the stop shrine. We do have Mosh, we do have Flailing Swipe, we do have Horrify, and we do have Last Rites. I'll oftentimes into Garrosh, rather than Flailing Swipe, you will see the massive shove. Trying to just force Garrosh away from the fight, that or force Blaze out. Going with a Flailing Swipe, though, and I think that's a good call because of the potential to have Hanzo and Phoenix actually flank. As Percival going to go down here to the Last Rites. Horrify, pushing Blaze and Phoenix into a corner. Now, massive shove, pushing Johio in there further. There's a big mosh, but the focus just was not onto the wave yet. But here it comes now. Roth going to die to poison damage. Sound Barrier doesn't collect him. Hanzo dies to the poison, and Temporal Loop going to secure the kill onto Phoenix. So there's Clouded Minds. Once again, level 10 comes up. Once again, they get a big fight. Still have a bit of work to equalize in this game. But Pathetic Wretches needs to be worried here after that happened. Because they did not look organized in that fight. Once the heroics are there, it seems like Clouded Mind actually knows how to fight. And before heroics are there, it just seems like they don't know how to fight. Tigerfish is hanging around with 3 mana. Here comes a rotation now. I'm shocked they did not dive on the Tigerfish here. Tigerfish still with no mana, though, so it's going to force a back off here from Clouded Minds. Looks like Tigerfish going to back. Clouded Minds going to be content to just grab some camps here. Try to put some pressure into the lanes. But meanwhile, Firebat camp being picked up on bottom. Could see a rotation into top camp here. Looks like that's where they're heading. Hanzo moving into the top camp. Nobody on the point to stall the contest. Someone needs to get onto it now. Flip away onto Great Hari, not the target he was likely looking for. There's a taunt. Silence comes out. There's the Horrify. Dragon's Arrow almost finding Star Knight. Star Knight stays alive. Last Right's going to claim Hanzo, though, in the backline. Now Tigerfish going down. Flailing Swipe doesn't save him. Blaze still in that bunker. Going to come out of full HP. Temporal Loop on a Captain Snail. Not going to secure the kill. A lot of poison damage comes out. Once again, Power Slide. Top point is control, but meanwhile, Firebat's here on the bottom. Going to start to become a really big damn problem if nobody goes and deals with him. And that will leave a 3v4 up in the top. So I love this aggressiveness by Pathetic Wretches. They say, like, look, we have the advantage now. But there's a 3-man mosh! Oh my goodness! And Phoenix goes down to Chromie. Now there's the taunt on to Stukov. Stukov in a little bit of an aggressive spot. Weenus, though, right up the channel. There's the silence. Not really hitting anyone. Great Hari needs to start backing up here. Good heal there with the Vigorous Reuptake done. That's going to help out a bit. But Weenus getting focused here by the flanking Roth. Has the Drain Life. Weenus, though, is so low. Is he going to get away? He does. Hanzo having to retreat. Tigerfish, though, with the Last Rites. Oh, man. And that's another stack, baby. That's 3. Perfect batting average. Malthael did clear up the bottom, but bot keep wall is down. And during that whole skirmish, 50% did fall into the pockets of Pathetic Wretches. So they won themselves an Ultralisk. And there is no wall top, so that's going to have to be cleared up by Clouded Minds. Chromie grabbing the gem top before heading down. Almost done with Bronze Talons. Time Walker's Pursuit, excuse me, not Bronze Talons. Bronze Talons is that. It's... I don't know why I always think that's the questing talent. Anyway. Stugov did not go the root talent. Horrify coming out, separating out Blaze. Getting some good damage. Big power slide into the face melt. Silence onto Garrosh, but managed to throw away before it happens. Here comes the Last Rites on the Percival. And he goes down. And the stack was achieved because it was within the window. Sound barrier coming just a little bit late, but that is sound barrier down as well. So Pathetic Wretch is in a bit of trouble, but they still have such a lead in the macro game that they should be okay for now. Malthael going to rotate top, but going to struggle with the Hanzo by himself as I start yawning. We get past midnight here. My bad, everyone. Hanzo going to poke in onto Malthael, but not able to actually get on the points, though. Malthael does get the channel. Good juke there by Roth, so Tigerfish going to have to give this one up. That is 88%. Tigerfish just needs to let it go. Phoenix rotating up as well. Who's going to stay bottom to defend? No one. And, okay, but they still managed to keep it red. Sorry, they still managed to keep it red, so red it stays. Looks like the fight's going to be here on bottom. Tigerfish spotting out. We go in with a big trail. There it is. Ultimates are up here. There's the Mosh. Going to get quickly interrupted. Percival getting focused. There is the Temporal Loop with the Last Rites. Going to claim Garrosh again. That's 5 Last Rite kills. And that cooldown's starting to get very short. I mean, at this point, you may even look at that level 20 talent just to get the, like, 5 or 15-second cooldown on that. Because it is absolutely getting value here. Gul'dan going to channel the top. While Boss gets picked up, and this will be 100%. As we mentioned, there is still an Ultralisk on top. Now, they need to finish this boss quick, because they really want Boss to go bottom, and I think it will go top regardless. Let's see. Boss is going to go top regardless. Kind of unfortunate. Bad luck. But here comes the big Zerg wave. Could get a fort. Gul'dan, though, having to clear up this Ultralisk. There is a healthy enough Zerg wave to threaten this keep. And you don't want to be dealing with catapults the rest of this game. Fort does go down. 5 defending 4 here. There's a power slide trying to separate out Blaze. Can they get the damage? Bunker comes out. Last Rites is up. But Blaze is going to be able to get away. Redemption is complete once again for Hanzo. He's going to just absolutely start chunking. Ooh, here comes Last Rites onto Johio. Doesn't manage to find the kill. It's a little bit too healthy there. Well, it's a short cooldown now. Mosh is going to be up at 8. I don't want to see them take a fight here. Oh god, big dragon there. Stukov is done. Ooh, but can the Mosh? Nope. Stunned out. There's the taunt. I'm shocked Great Hari is still alive. Here it comes now. Great Hari spreading the heal around. Does have super strain, so I think that was a big part of why he survived. There's a flip once again onto Gul'dan. Weenus is not getting out of this one. No save there. That's a big kill. EDC blew his power slide right before his Mosh was off cooldown, so didn't have it to immediately potentially end that fight. Gotta be cognizant of synchronizing your cooldowns there. Power slide could have been saved. But now, Bruiser Camp gonna get invaded. I'm really surprised with that major source of damage down that they don't just go and take top keep right now. Get that catapult into lane. Meanwhile, the boss actually trucked the top lane. Got a ton of value. Completely unresponded to. So actually, if the next Zerg wave is red top, blue bottom, that really, like, whoever has top lane on the next Zerg wave really has a huge advantage in this game. Now, it was on red on bottom last time, so could be blue on bottom. But I think there is some math of how this is decided, so I don't exactly know what that process is. We'll see in a second. I don't think it just switches. I think there's some logic to prevent, like, kind of the Haunted Mine style snowball of where you just push one lane as hard as you can. It is going to be red on top, blue on bottom, so it did switch sides. That definitely favors Clouded Mines here. Dragon's Arrow looking for the engage, onto Great Hari, trying to get the flip, gets the flip instead onto Gul'dan. Now there's a power slide. Gul'dan getting a little bit left behind here. Last Right's coming in. Percival going to survive that, however. A little bit too eager with the Last Rights that time. Temporal Loop still up. Mosh still up. Flailing Swipe still up. Top Beacon going to be capped. Joio going to move to bottom. Star Knight, though, going to move on to the point. Oh, and Chromie finds Hanzo. Huge. Without even the Temporal Loop. Just finds Hanzo there with the poke. And that is devastating for Pathetic Wretches. As once again, the game is just slowly getting away from them. As they had such a huge macro advantage. That advantage is now gone. And now they're starting to lose these team fights here. Bottom going to be claimed. We're going to see a little bit of Ring Around the Rosie. Pocket full of Posey. 4%. In the pocket. 4% is basically Posey. In the pocket of Clouded Minds. Here's a separation. Focusing out Joio. Last Rights is here. There's the bunker. They're zoning it out. ETC could power slide this choke point and mosh it right now. I really want to see ETC go for this mosh. Oh, they're all in a choke point. Getting the power slide, securing the kill. Last Rights did get a stack, so that's 6. And now once again, gonna work this boss with Phoenix down. Sound Barrier's up. Warlord's Challenge is up. They don't really have any other tools, though. And into a mosh, I don't think they can invade this. I think trying to do so is just blatantly committing suicide. So they are going to have to back off. But now they're going to have to deal with boss in this bottom lane pushing. ETC pushing up aggressively. Still, Clouded Mind splitting up here. Could have gone for that pick-off. But going to get some beacon progress as now the attention has to be focused towards bottom lane. It's going to generate a full Zerg wave top, and actually I like this decision. Splitting, moving straight to top lane, away from the boss, just to get this keep quick.
The Zerg headed our way are much more numerous than the other batch.
Every ultimate except Horrify up. Salvo going to be up before Phoenix can actually do anything with it. Does Malthael go with that level 20 Angel of Death? Be fun to see. He's got it stacked. Joe having the jet charge out. Ooh, there's the stun onto Lucio. Didn't face him out exactly the right direction. One-man Mosh getting interrupted by the Dragon's Arrow, but that's a very expensive set of cooldowns here that you need on this defense. Percival throwing Joio away, but tension moved onto the core. Power Slide doesn't exactly connect the Temporal Loop, but still is enough. There is the kill, and it is the Angel of Death. So Malthael going to have that up in 7 seconds, but the game's going to be over in 2. And Clouded Mind's going to get the win. It wasn't pretty. Was not pretty. That just needs to be said. Their early game needs work. But Pathetic Wretches' late game needs work. You know, once they get level 10s, it's going a lot better. Those level 10s really playing into what they want to do. They did it well. Unfortunately, because of the time, I'm not going to be able to do a post-game interview just because it is 12:11. I want to thank the teams for letting me cast tonight. Thanks for watching Nexus Gaming Series, nexusgamingseries.com. Get in the Discord. We're already more than halfway through the regular season of this Season 4. Season 5 presumably will start up sometime over the summer, so you can get in now. There's already a couple teams forming with the intent to play in Season 5, so get in now while the getting is good. Follow me here, twitch.tv/dbsmiley, twitter.com/deathbysmiley if you want to follow my HGC stuff, or my pictures of cats, because that's what I do. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Take care and have a great night.